Alright, traders, back with the same layout where I am somewhere in the sidelines down below, guys, right? So, in this video, we do have a lot of things to talk about because we have just had a monthly close on Bitcoin, and guys, 3-day candles closing as well, and we do have to talk about a lot of things on Ethereum's price action as well. And guys, I'll be talking about two of the randomest crypto assets that I do feel that do have a potential upside in the coming months as well. So guys, without any ado, let's take a look at the price action on Bitcoin itself. Now guys, we are dealing with some macro situation right here, which is the fact that you have closed yet another monthly candle above the upper side Bollinger Band. Guys, just to give you a little context out of the previous bull run, we closed every single candle somewhere alongside the upper Bollinger Band to continue the bull trend to the upside, right? Whereas your RSI was just simply snaking around, guys, above 70 and all the way up to 95, 96 on the RSI, man. Holy crap! This is crazily overbought, man, right here. Now this kind of RSI signature rarely occurs, but man, this is crazy overbuying, overbought on the price action itself. This is why we did have a lot of retracement coming down back all the way for a 75% correction, guys. That was crazy, right? And until actually, guys, we can't really compare these both situations because the market dynamics were completely different back in the days right here, and we are dealing with different situations and the different landscape as a whole. If we simply talk about DeFi as well, guys, you can simply argue about the fact that how different things are in this particular bull run and how they were back in this bull run, guys. We were simply hodling stuff, right? Most of the crypto players were simply hodling stuff and looking for some kind of returns on a monthly basis, on a weekly basis. But guys, now you have fucking DeFi, man. You are able to compound your profits. You are able to yield on your freaking yields, man. Now it's just fucking bonkers to talk about these things, man. The way, guys, are we in a bubble? Yes, we are in a goddamn bubble, man. But it does not mean that you got to be scared of it. Just enjoy it. Just embrace the bubble until we are here, right? And guys, this bubble will, let's just say, explode once we start trending below the upper Bollinger Band on Bitcoin itself, guys. You have to keep this thing up your mind that your mother market, your god market, your fucking landlord is Bitcoin, guys. Is Bitcoin. Whatever Bitcoin does is going to be, well, quite telling of the fact that how market is actually going to perform in general, man. Now, the fact being, as far as you're going to be trending like this, it's going to be completely fine. You could have a little drawdown period coming back all the way to $47,000 levels, which is going to be aligning with the previous monthly candles wick down below. Now, if you start wicking below, if you start closing daily 3-day candles below the $47,000 levels, that would mean that yes, most likely your monthly candle could be probably closing below the upper Bollinger Band, right? And that could put Bitcoin's trend under jeopardy. Now, guys, that would essentially mean that, let's just say, it's going to be good news for the altcoin market, right? Because when Bitcoin is going to be range bound and it's not going to really do any explosive upside moves, guys, that gives altcoins further incentivization to trend to the upside, right? This is why we are going to be looking at a lot of opportunities in the month of May, entirely in the month of May. Probably set ourselves for some swing positions, which could finally pay off down the line, let's just say by September or October or maybe end of the year as well, guys. Now, here's another thing which I can simply talk about, guys. Last time you had this kind of price action structure, you were simply trending to the upside. And guys, the last time you closed this candle like a fucking lollipop right here, you simply closed it above the Bollinger Band and you had a little wick to the downside. But this was your last leg to the upside. This was your ultimate leg to the upside, which pulled the price action all the way up for about 400%, man. That was crazy. So now, is the history repeating itself? I don't think so. We had different RSI signatures as well, guys. We were, well, to be honest with you, we are quite similar in terms of the RSI signature as well, right? Now, guys, these areas are crazy in terms of RSI evaluation. Your potential market top can occur anytime. And guys, let's be honest, man. Let's be honest. I mean, who the fuck wants to... Who wants to see this RSI standing above 90, man? And if you are taking fresh new positions in the crypto market, this is what you really have to be scared of. Like, to be honest, not really be scared of it, but got to be very cautious and got to be very, very careful in terms of taking any long exposure for that matter in the market, guys. This is going to get crazy volatile. All right. So let's jump on to some other time frames as well so that we can set our bias further down the line. Guys, it looks to me like, yeah, man, whatever you do in the price action, your RSI is still trending to the downside. How However, we are really strong in the price action structure, man. We are really strong in the price action structure. Now, you could argue about the fact that if I put an ellipse right here, this RSI signature is kind of similar to this RSI signature right here. But guys, the only difference is that you just saw the macro charts, you just saw the monthly charts there. We were below the monthly Bollinger Bands on this RSI signature, guys, and we are above monthly Bollinger Bands on this RSI signature. You could simply argue that, yeah, the market structure, the price action structure could maybe formulate itself into such kind of situation right here. But guys, look, the magnitude and the gravity of any down move, which is probably likely be coming in this month, would not be that much, guys. Would not be that. Any down move would most likely be an opportunity. And guys, from my previous analysis, I was talking about how we have broken below this resistance line right here. It looks to me like we are quite retesting this one again. And well, let me just draw this with a little more precision. And guys, yeah, we are here again. And guys, on the daily time frame, I think we have invalidated the downside. We have invalidated. I mean, look. We have cleared yet another range with this bullish engulf candle right here, guys. I was talking about on my previous Bitcoin video, I was talking about if you are going to be staying below this level and above this level, I was talking about this candle closure right here, you are going to be range bound between these ranges, right? And guys, it looks to me like you have, well, you are setting out to be something bullish, something which, guys, look, goes with the same situation back again. I was talking about the fact that how some price action to the downside is going to be unsustainable in bull markets, guys. Now, this is what happens. This is exactly what happened onto these levels. There were only buyers lined up onto these levels at $48,000 levels. And guys, nobody was fucking selling right here, it looks to me like. And you consolidated for a very long time. Finally engulfed bullish with a daily candle right here. And guys, you're continuing, it looks to me like, right? And it looks like until you're going to be holding on to, let's just say, $56,000 levels on a daily closing and an opening basis, most likely you're going to be knocking on to these doors, this resistance trend line right here. And as soon as you're going to be closing and trending above this trend line right here, resistance line right here, most likely you will take down this high, guys. You will take down this high, as this was, let's just say, this was a failed breakdown attempt, guys. And any breakdown attempt, if it fails, your up moves are going to be accelerated, guys. Your up moves are going to be accelerated, right? It looks to me like this could potentially happen. So you got to be really vigilant on BTC price action as well. Now, guys, if you remember the price action from 2 days ago, your altcoins against BTC got absolutely shattered, only because the BTC price action started rising to the upside. Guys, if you clearly notice, the altcoins against BTC are still in a range bound situation. I don't think any of the altcoins have broken down in terms of a structural behavior. If they are going down, they are still range bound. If you talk about XRP, if you talk about Ethereum as well, guys, alright, Ethereum BTC is trending to the upside like a madman, right? But guys, if you talk about general altcoin space right here against Bitcoin, they are still range bound, guys. They are still range bound, which means that yes, Bitcoin is going to the upside, altcoins are range bound. Altcoins do have a lot of potential favorable upside in the coming days and the months, guys. Now, the upside, now why do altcoins have a lot of potential upside is the fact that, guys, I do feel that there's going to be a huge chunk of profit taken coming on Bitcoin, on our landlord itself, onto the $100,000 levels, the $100,000, $120,000 levels, right? And most likely we're going to be, let's just say, we're going to be going sideways in the market for a very long time from those levels. So, which means that from these price points right here, it's just a 100% move, guys. It is just a 100% move. So if you're rational, if you're really operating in a rational basis and you don't have any bull or bear bias and you're simply looking at these markets pretty objectively, this is nothing, man. You can't really FOMO on an asset which only has an upside for, let's just say, about 100%, right? Whereas a lot of assets, guys, are so, guys, look at Dash. Dash is literally 5 to 6x below the previous all-time high. These assets will start picking up. These assets, they have potential upside coming in, let's just say, this month itself. And whereas your Bitcoin only has 100% potential upside before we look at the gigantic profit taking, let's just say that. Guys, I think that yes, there are a lot of chances that we could stall out on a 100k level for BTC price action itself, but that does not mean it's confirmed. That does not mean it's confirmed. Guys, we can simply keep shooting to the upside. You know how supply shock runs on Bitcoin, guys. If you've been following up with the content from this channel, you know what supply shock feels like, guys. This is what your fucking supply shock feels like. This is what your supply shock is, man. Check this out. This is what your supply shock is. Now, Bitcoin goes through these supply shocks again and again. It really likes to do that, right? But this means that it really gets volatile as well. It really gets. Now, if your father look at the kind of words I'm using. If your landlord, if your granddaddy of the space is getting volatile, your children are going to get volatile as fuck again, man. That is how it goes, right? So what am I looking at on Bitcoin price action? I am looking at this particular trend line, guys. I think this is very significant right here. If you trend again, this would be a fail breakdown, and this would mean a potential, let's just say a spring, a fulcrum to the upside, and then we'll just simply we shoot towards 75,000, 80,000 in the coming days and the weeks as well, guys. Now just for a little curiosity, we're going to be jumping on to 4-hour time frame as well and see what is going on over there. We are dealing with some resistance at the 200 simple on 4-hour time frame, which means that yes, this support is quite legitimate, guys. The previous attempt for the retest of the 21 simple moving average right here was a simple rejection of any price below the 21 simple. So as far, guys, this is a weekend. Yes, weekend price action is significant. We are dealing with, guys, everything happened in a weekend, man. A lot of people say that your weekend price action doesn't really matter, but it looks to me like yes, you're quite significant in terms of the price action trend itself, right? So the 21 simple on the 4-hour time frame is holding your current trend. Now, what you want to do is, if you want to be coming out as a winner from the situation right here, is that your next 4-hour candles should be trending back above the 200 simple, guys. The 4-hour, if I simply turn off all the moving averages and just let this, all right, I don't want the 21, I just want 200. If I just let the 200 simple moving average run over here, guys, you can see the significance right here. Every single time you get picked up for another trend to the upside, right? This one got accumulated below 200 simple on 4-hour time frame for another leg to the upside, and here this one was a major retest of the 200 simple moving average on 4-hour time frame, and guys, yet another leg to the upside, which is why the 200 simple on 4-hour will be significant in the coming days as well, just to determine the trend on BTC price action itself, guys. Now, what are we dealing with right here? It looks to me like yes, you got accumulated below this moving average right here. Does that mean we're not going to come back again? No. That means that if we lose out on this level again, if we start closing 4-hour candles here again, guys, most likely you're going to be grabbing onto some liquidity onto these levels, guys. There is no support resistance flowing between the let's just say this price point and this price point right here, which means that yeah, that would be an accelerated move. If you do lose your 4-hour momentum from these levels, yeah, your moves are going to be really accelerated to the downside right here, guys. Look, don't get me wrong, we could simply stay range bound in this situation right here, and we come back down again to these levels, hovering around the 48k levels, and guys, then we can make a double bottom attempt, and then we can start. Look, guys, my general opinion on Bitcoin is going to be completely sideways as fuck, as the dominance is going down. Your altcoins are shaping up to be good in terms of the altcoin BTC pairs, which is why, guys, trading Bitcoin is going to be certainly difficult. Your trend bias is going to be something which is coming out of Bitcoin itself. Nothing else, guys. Nothing else. I do feel there is not a lot of potential upside coming on Bitcoin, whereas other crypto assets, they do have a lot of room to the upside, right? So in terms of trading, let's just shift our behavior to altcoins and just figure out the trends coming from Bitcoin, right? Guys, in the small time frames, this is what you're dealing with. The 4-hour 200 simple will certainly guide your trend for the entire market, to be honest with you, right? There are going to be certainly exceptions here and there, but this is the moving average you're looking at, right? Guys, next up we have Ethereum. Man, holy cow, Bitcoin's analysis took a long time, man. Holy cow, right? So Ethereum certainly looking way more bullish than Bitcoin itself, guys, and we are dealing with yet another RSI overbought signature right here. And well, the monthly RSI is certainly losing out a little bit, guys, from the previous month RSI. Previous 3 months of RSI, we have started showing a little decline in RSI, but guys, this is not a death sentence. This is just calling for a little consolidation on these levels. Although I feel that, guys, to be honest with you, I feel like Ethereum could explode, man. Ethereum could really explode. Now, you could come back down all the way until the upper side Bollinger Band right here at the $2,400 levels, and that would be considered a simple retest, guys. All right, to be honest with you, it can come back down all the way towards the $1,930 levels as well, and that would be considered as a retest of this entire range again, guys. This is why, if you are in a blue sky breakout, your ranges are going to be really big, man. This is why your macro risk management is going to be very difficult, man. It's really going to be difficult. Whereas if you try to manage your risk on the daily time frame, that is difficult as well, guys. You can see how volatility is expanding constantly, guys. And alright, to be honest with you, the daily volatility is going to the sidelines, going down, consolidating, with the price action going to the upside, calling for a little more continuation to the upside, to be honest with you guys. This is what this signature really represents, and this is what this signature really tells again and again, guys. These moves to the upside were nothing in terms of the volatility, but still the price action was pushed to the upside, right? But guys, I was talking about the risk management right here. This, with this amount of volatility happening on the daily time frame, your risk management is very difficult. If you're going to be playing out on some, let's just say, intraday or swing positions as well, managing a risk on this amount of volatility is certainly going to be difficult, right? So which is why, if your asset is really volatile, you do not, number one, you do not want to get into derivatives. You don't want to get into a long or a short position with such amount of volatility and expect crazy amount of returns, guys. Now, if you are completely fine losing money, and if you're a reckless fucktard, and if you are completely okay by getting your equity back down to zero, you can go ahead, you can take these trades, man. But in the long haul, most likely you will fail as a trader. This is not, guys, I have seen so many people on Twitter as well, gambling away $1 million, man. Are you fucking kidding me? This is just a reckless behavior. Can you just simply go ahead and take a futures long positions on $1 million equity base with a 25x leverage? Hell yeah, you can do that. But number one, you will get fucked. You will get wrecked out of the funding itself. The amount of funding that you'll be paying just to hold on to that 25x leverage position on $1 million equity, guys, it'll suck away your base assets. Number one is that. Secondly, okay, you could have $1 billion as your net worth, then you can take risk on $1 million worth of position, right? However, these people in let's just say in crypto Twitter, they are freshly minted millionaires out of their holdings, and then they are putting those $1 million into jeopardy. I don't think that's a healthy situation, to be honest with you guys. These markets can give you everything, but these markets can take back everything as well. You have to remember this again and again, guys. Again and again, if these things are going to the upside, they will certainly come to the downside. If you look at the previous history, guys, this is just what history repeats. This is how history repeats. Now here comes. If you're simply accumulating these assets, guys, this is what is happening to you, right? The first accumulation, the second accumulation, the third accumulation, you're fucking least bothered, right? This is why, guys, if you didn't watch the previous video, head on to the channel itself and watch the previous video. I was talking about why Ethereum is equals to money. This is why you don't gamble on fucking futures long and short, man. Just don't do it. If you are doing that, guys, look. We are trying to formulate a very sophisticated community right here, guys. Crypto Educator. We are a sophisticated trading community. Gambling onto futures long and short position is something that we don't want to do, man. This is something that we don't want to do. And if you want to gamble, go ahead with your, let's just say, a stack of money that you just don't care about, right? Then it's going to be completely justified. Then it's completely fine. But generally, that is not going to make you a good trader. Just gambling with 25x leverage is not going to make you a good trader, man. Just this is how market works, right? Okay, guys. Now, I don't know why I jumped into the hourly time frame. I was wanting to check out the daily time frame as well. Then we'll take a look at the 3-day as well, guys. The daily time frame certainly looking nice, getting accumulated along the 21 simple with a lot of volatility as well. So we are leaving this range again to the upside, guys. Now this one reminds. Okay. Now, well, you can certainly draw a lot of differences, guys, but this piece of price action right here is quite similar to this piece of price action right here, guys. We are moving to the upside in legs, guys. Up leg, consolidation. Up leg, most likely consolidation coming from $3,200 levels, guys. And I was screaming and shouting about a $3,000 Ethereum from these levels right here. And guys, check this out. We had so much volatility to deal with, man. Holy crap. And then we're finally making our way towards $3,000, right? After 112 days, man. Freaking 112 days. 4 months later, we are finally here, guys. This is why these giants are just giving you 200% returns in 4 months, man. In 4 months. This is why, guys, Ethereum is getting stable and stable. Your volatility is reducing. This is why you can consider Ethereum as your money. And let's just say you can have a little spot exposure down the line in some protocols which are quite useful, guys. Like the Solana ecosystem itself, right? Yes, I'm a fucking Solana bull tad, man. I can't help it. I just seem. Okay, alright, you do get the point right here, guys. Alright, the 3-day time frame on Ethereum against USD is simply trending against the 21 simple moving average, guys. The story is the fucking same, man. Ever since we started trending from these levels at $166 levels, we are standing above $2,000 again, guys. This is a 1,000% return. in a single trending motion in terms of the price action behavior, simply trending above the 21 simple moving average right here, wanting to go to the upside again, guys. This is a simple good looking trend. Now your trend would go under jeopardy if you start trending below the 21 simple and you start looking at this moving average curling to the downside. Until then, every single time is going to come back down to the 21 simple. It is going to be an opportunity in the first go, guys. Last opportunity was picked up with utmost conviction, and from the previous opportunity we are up about 43%, which means we potentially could be looking at some consolidation in the coming days. But guys, before that consolidation really happens, we could be potentially looking at some further expansion, explosive expansion as well, because the ETH BTC pair is getting bullish, man. The Ethereum BTC pair is getting bullish, right? So what can we summarize out of this analysis right here on Ethereum, guys? Ethereum's volatility. Number one, Ethereum's volatility on USD pair is going down. Number two, Ethereum's volatility on BTC pair is going to the upside, which can pull the Ethereum USD price action to the upside. Number three, Ethereum is trending on the 3-day time frame, and every single time it's coming back to the 21 simple is getting picked up. Number four, Ethereum on the daily time frame is completely worthless to go for futures long and short positions in the market, guys. This is what. All right. And Ethereum is equals to money, right? Okay, guys. Okay. Now the next asset is Audius, guys. Now Audius is let's just say it's connected to NFT and DeFi space. DeFi, not really DeFi, NFT. Now this is an artist platform. This is a music streaming platform which really aims to stabilize and normalize the situations for the artists themselves, right? The entire fundamentals of this project is to create a more, let's say, a fairer marketplace for the musicians. Now, why do I know all of this about this space, guys? I'm a musician myself. I have been keeping my eye on this project ever since these levels, but I sold entire stash right around the $2 levels. It looks to me like I gotta get back again, as it looks like, yeah, as far as you're holding these levels right here on the 3-day time frame, you are holding fine onto this structure right here, guys. And community member Pimpin, if you're watching this video, thumbs up. Of course you're watching this video, right? And there's Mr. Pimpin pointed out Audius, and he wanted to check out on the price action itself. And guys, guess what? This one is at the video right off here, as this is a high liquid asset and it wants to trend to the upside with the NFT space, let's just say, finishing its consolidation and wanting to trend again to the upside, guys. Crypto markets are never gonna get tired, man. You could potentially get tired as fuck, but guys, the amount of capital which is flowing into crypto markets in general would not stop. It would not stop, man. We are nowhere in the adoption curve. Watch for some crazy valuations happening in the coming months as well. We are damn early, man. We are damn fucking early in crypto space itself. All right. The price action. Now, the 12-hour time frame is shaping up to be bullish right here, guys, as we are trending above this entire range right here. We broke this one with a conviction candle right here on the 12-hour time frame, and you are having a bullish cross back again. Now, if I simply go ahead and if I switch off the price action itself, guys, look at this. We had the previous bull cross happening onto these levels, and we had a crazy leg to the upside, right? Now, does that mean that history is going to repeat itself and something like that is going to happen back again? Not essentially, but this is your buy signal right here. This is your bullish signal right here. This is the reason why I'm making a video on Audius itself. This is the 12-hour buy signal right here, guys, in the small time frames, in the small to medium time frames, right? We're dealing with a bullish cross which could lead the price action all the way towards $5 levels as well. Now, we can simply let's just say encapsulate all of this entire price action structure with a little Fibonacci magical analysis for you guys, right? Where is the fucking Fibonacci retracement? There we go. If you can talk about this range, we're taking a look at wick to wick price action between the 110 extension right here, guys. The first target is obviously the all-time high right here, and once you go past the all-time high, I don't think you'll be stopping until 2.618 standing at $10, guys. This is a clear looking target right here, but for that to happen, you have to maintain these levels right here. This particular price point at 0.236 extension out of this entire range right here, guys. This looks to me like a key zone of risk management as well. If you start trending below this area right here, guys, the risk management is certainly not, well, 23%. Well, this is not my risk management. I can't go for a 23% on my risk management. Well, I can certainly go about that if I cut down on my initial investment on any asset. If I just go with a couple of $1,000, then yeah, I can maybe take this risk management situation right here as my personal play. But generally 20% range is a little difficult to manage as a risk management perspective, guys. Now you have to understand, if you're building up as a trader, nobody can really help you. Nobody can really tell you where your real buy and sells are going to be at. This is something which you figure out yourself as a trader, and if you've not been able to do that, well, you got to fucking hit that subscribe and like, because the content coming from the channel is gonna help you build as a trader, at least in the mindset, guys. I keep on repeating this thing. Your mindset is the most important thing to survive in these markets. These markets are fucking savage, man. Ask me about it. Fucking savage. They're gonna kill you, man. They're fucking gonna kill you, or something like that. Alright. So we're dealing with a bullish cross on 12-hour time frame right here, which means that yes, your mid time frames are shaping out to be bullish. And if you hold on to these levels right here, guys, the retest of the previous all-time high is not that far-fetched, to be honest with you. And ultimately, if you trend to the upside, these points and these points are going to be your profit-taking targets, right? So you can define your risk management plays and your take profit areas on your own, as the levels are pretty clear on this one. Your macro trend on the 12-hour time frame is certainly looking bullish, as the 12-hour 200 simple is inclined to the upside. You want this 50 moving average again to curl to the upside, which is most likely going to happen with these kind of candles under formulation. Yep, certainly that could happen, and that could pull the price action to the upside back again to these levels and these levels ultimately, right? Alright, guys, the next asset is BEL protocol, guys. BEL protocol is yet another DeFi protocol, which is on top of Ethereum, which is expensive, right? To use the DeFi, to use any DeFi protocol on top of Ethereum, yes, it's certainly going to be expensive, right? Now, why am I talking about this right here? Is because the price action is certainly interesting, guys. This is the 3-day time frame, and you are dealing with a hidden bullish divergence happening between this point and this point right here, guys, on the RSI itself. Now, check this one out. You formulated this low with RSI being at 50, but this low, RSI was at 43. Basically, your RSI was below this price point right here, below this RSI right here, and your price action never really broke this low right here, guys. You are formulating a higher low with your RSI being lower than that one, which calls for a hidden bullish divergence play out, right? Now, the easier play for this hidden bullish divergence has already played out. As you can see, this resistance trend line is already here. But guys, this reminds me of the setup that you're looking on the BTC price action itself, right? We are dealing with this kind of structure right here. First, we were dealing with a little breakdown going out of this wedge right here, right? And it looks to me like you formulated another low which was higher than the previous low, and you're retesting this trend line. So basically, on a 3-day closing basis, if you get back into this trend line right here, most likely you'll challenge these highs right here. And guys, eventually your upside targets, well, let's just say they are going to be scaling. Your upside targets are going to be starting to scale, guys, because this is a macro divergence, to be honest with you. Now, this took a while to formulate. 23rd March right here, guys, we are at the first week of May, and we have formulated this hidden bullish divergence, which means that yes, you have some significance into the price action itself, right? Which means that yeah, your first and foremost target is going to be $5.3 levels, and ultimately the listing price at $18 levels, right? Guys, is it a guaranteed trade? No, it's not a guaranteed trade. But how you can manage your risks for this entire play right here is something like this, guys. It's something like this. If I would have been playing out this trade, is well, not this, something like this, right? You're looking at a R&R for almost about 9.5% for this entire play right here. And guys, you can manage your risk onto one more thing right here, which is going to be the 21 simple on the 3-day time frame, right? Currently, which is hovering around $3.7 levels. And if you start seeing 3-day candle closing below this price point again, guys, most likely you'll come back down and test this support, and this would be a potential rejection of the retest. Then your situation would start changing. Now, I just simply thought this is a fun little asset to trade, as well as this is getting liquidity daily, guys. It's getting more and more liquid. BEL protocol is getting more and more liquid. It looks to me like the farming, the DeFi mining which is happening, liquidity mining which is happening on BEL protocol is actually paying out people, which means that yeah, potentially your base asset is going to trend to the upside, and it's looking fine on the daily as well, guys. This one is looking fine. Well, more than fine. This is looking like a fine little bitch right here, right? This one curling to the upside, the 21 simple curling to the upside with your 55 simple posture to the upside again, rejecting anything below 55 simple, wanting to trend again. Once you clear this level right here, yes, you are looking at a wedge breakout as well from this price point, which means that yes, your targets of $5.7 levels strengthen further and further, guys, as we trend like this. Now, just to be curious, let's get on to the 4-hour time frames as well. This candle was pretty neat looking candle right here, coming from the support line, and yes, you are challenging the 4-hour 200, guys. Now, this is what you want to be looking at in the small time frames. Once you start trending above the 4-hour 200 simple moving average, that would mean that yes, you're going to be probably closing above this diagonal trending resistance line right here, which could mean that yes, your further case towards the all-time high retest and this entire bullish structure gets more and more valid, right? Guys, manage your risk on these points right here. This is not a financial advice. Obviously, it's not a financial advice, man, right? But if it goes down to shit, I'm no one concerned, right? And guys, I think I should wind up this video right here, as I took a look at Bitcoin, Ethereum. I took a look at ODS and BEL protocol itself. And guys, let me know down in the comments if you are holding on to BEL and ODS. If you are, what are your personal take profit targets? And guys, let me know what are your take profit targets on Ethereum as well. Are you thinking of taking profits in Ethereum, or are you thinking of Ethereum like money? Guys, me personally, yes, I think of Ethereum like money. Why? Because the 21 simple moving average on 3-day time frame is still to the upside, man. That's all. This is why Ethereum is my money. Once we start looking at that moving average curling to the downside, what the fuck is Ethereum? I'll forget about Ethereum, man. That's right. Alright guys, I'm gonna wind up this video right here. I will catch you people on the next video pretty soon. Bye for now.